Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem was of what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just won't change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. I felt your vibe, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God, Lord, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. It's all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. It's no action, they make threats and it's still passing. I think massive, no respond, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overthrow fanatic. How I go, you lose and win like asthmatic. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bird for that chicken. I don't face split decisions cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up. Now when I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch, I had to get it as vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you counted, I would be broke. Watch it be close, got a better chance, boxing the goal. And they know I'm raw, and they know the spot, and I'm feeling large, still in charge. I don't make them follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they here on Mars. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, he told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that guy in me. You can focus on them dimes, I'd rather keep my nine with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me now.
I try to make the news, I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gonna be the deal. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home the truth, I ain't never had to choose.
I'm trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gonna pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gonna pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up. Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem was of what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up.
The breakdown, treat it going like a K9. I'm about to live my lifestyle. Say piped up till I pipe down. These niggas got a pipe dream. Baby girl, sweet as ice cream, and I need you better believe it. Shit like lift my cheeks. Put your champagne meat. Competition ain't free. I'm about to take them to the creek. They gon' get starved to press. People are starved to press. Yeah, the penny, and I'm not impressed. I have them holding tests. Like me having heart attacks. Told them I'm hard to death. I know what I'm seeing. But they don't believe it. Nigga, I'm so much shit. Where would it go? It's gonna be. We in the feet. You better believe it. Fuck me, nigga. I'm getting you. Trying to line up. Like a wild one. Prepare for the fallout. One way side, what you talking about? Me and my nigga about to ball out. Me and my nigga about to bow out. Tell them where to go to the fallout. I'm on my job, can't call out. I'm in the wheel with it all out. Don't give a damn about the track. Regular lose, nigga. You about to lose today. Nigga got moves to make. You can even move or you can get moved away. Choose your fate. Most of these fools are fake. Ain't got it hard to break. Nigga ain't hard to break. You get dogs today. Like the brother Sean told the hard way. Nigga wait out of your league. Please believe me. But the go live got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talking about. Got soldiers ride with me. You know I'm lethal. That's my reason. I'm gonna get it. Yeah. See, they ain't gonna believe it. See, when it ain't know that. So the world can't go there. Ain't your power, I don't know that. Bitch around to take a toe there. When it up, you know good to go. Get the boy, you know the good is go. It won't smoke, I'm a bitch nigga in my bedroom doing the Tootsie Roll. Big dog, niggas, I'm trying. This is my time. Well alive, well proud. Ain't no notice the left. Been on my flow in the vibe. I know it's gone because, gotta stay focused. In the room, I'll be the soldier, you be my loaded. The feeling sound like a shoulder, my spirit to go, me holding me high, man. The leading soul, let go on my shoulder, and I see my shoulder, and then I'm black, oh black. She's feeling flat, you grip, fucking leader, I don't feel it. Tell God I don't feel it. And kind of I'm about to kill her. Hold on, let me take the rhythm. Okay, I got it, I'm ready. You crossing like he gon' regret it. I'm steady. Hold me, keep it going steady. You better believe, certified, one west side, it ain't hard to tell. It's hard to say. People who raise a nigga better watch yourself. Eating his breath, taking it blue face like I'm talking back. And like it's so hard to fail. Drop with me, gotta guard yourself. You know how to keep it, they try to come get me, I'm squeezing, you better believe. Got all eyes on me. Let's go. Give a damn what they talking about. Got soldiers ride with me. You know I'm lethal. I got my reason. And I'm gonna get it. Yeah. See, never believe. Yeah, man. Damn right.
All right, man, let's get it. So this is the ISUPK Delaware class. Can somebody please check the feed for me? Let me know if my voice is coming through clear, because, you know, I got to make sure this mic is on to make sure everybody can hear. I'm not talking about a cheer this week. All right? I was considering it. You know, making the class about cheers. But we're not going to talk about cheers this week. We're going to talk about is, you know, can you have fun in the truth? You know, a lot of times people outside of the truth, they think that being in the truth is not fun, right? And they think that they don't want to come in here because, you know, we a bunch of stiffs, you know, and, you know, and it's not fun to be in here because, you know, it's way far funner to be in the world, right? But what I wanted to do was I just wanted in this class just to go through some things, just some scriptures or whatever, just to bring out to show you that we can have fun in the truth, man. Last night, what we had? We had the Feast of First Fruits last night, and we got it on. We were drinking, you know, brothers were chilling, sisters chilling, talking. You know, we, at our high holy days, we got the music going. You know, pretty much the same thing that you would do in the world. You know what I'm saying? We just doing it with righteousness and decency, you know what I'm saying, when we do it. So, and at the same time, we're actually doing what the Lord asked us to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I even went this weekend when I spoke we spoke in Trenton. I was in Trenton, New Jersey, and I spoke on this when I said, how about we just try to do the right thing by God for a change? You know what I'm saying? Like we tried everything, man. I mean, come on now. We tried the Black Panther Party. We tried the Nation of Islam. We tried Christianity. We've tried Egyptology. We've tried, you know, all of the different organizations that haven't got us anywhere, you know, and we've tried it. We tried voting. We've tried, you know, having diversity training and inclusion. We tried everything.
Right.
How about we just try to do what the Lord told us to do? And one of the things that the Lord told us to do was he told us to prefer each other over everybody else, man. You know, what the Lord told us to do was the Lord told us to have high holy days that we're supposed to keep each and every, time of the year that the Lord chooses, right? And so how about we try something different that we haven't tried before? How about we try to make the Lord, just lost my train of thought. How about we try to make the Lord happy for a change, right? Now, in that, keeping the high holy days and different things like that, we're still able to have fun in the truth. The truth is fun. You get to be around people that you never met. You get to, go to different places that you never been, that you never thought possible. I mean, come on now. I'll just pick any brother in here, right? Quahal, do you know brothers, before the truth, did you know anybody in Chicago?
Wow, sir.
How about, did you know anybody in California? You see what I'm saying? Like most people that are in the world, you pretty much don't know anybody unless they're like in your state or maybe a couple of states away. You might know one, two people out in, in West Bumble, right? You know what I'm saying? You might know that's like a distant family or something like that. But I can honestly say, before the truth, I didn't know a brother in Kansas City. You know what I mean? Right. Iowa. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've talked to people, and they've told me, they said, man, all I know is people from Delaware, Jersey, Maryland. You know what I mean? Like the tri-state area. You know what I'm saying? How about Arizona? How about Las Vegas? You get my point? Like we get so much more. You want to say something? Oh.
I heard you talking about fun. I heard a couple of days ago it was a sisters dinner party. A bunch of sisters got together and had a party, played games.
It's not on. There you go.
Salakia, this weekend I had heard that there was a sisters party. That sounded like fun to me. They got together and played games, ate dinner and drank and socialized. If that's not fun, I don't know what else it would be.
Yeah, because people think that, because you decide to serve the Lord, you can't, have fun. Can you go to a party? Yes. You know what parties you can go to? A birthday party, right? Birthday parties, Halloween, different things like that. You want to stay away from those types of things, especially if you're new in the truth, things like that. You want to stay away from parties like that. And strip clubs. Can you go to the club? Yeah, we can go to the club. All right, you can go to the club, right? But you can't go to a strip club, right? So it's ways that you can still, have fun being in the truth. All of those things. People seem to think that because you're in the truth, we're gonna be like, Sharif in Menace to Society. Sharif hanging on the cooler, like, come on, man, y'all need to stop drinking this liquor here. You know what I mean? Or y'all need to stop using the word nigga. We're not like that. We're brothers, still sisters, and we just happen to be in the truth. You know what I mean? We just happen to have a different set of standards, different set of morals. You know what I'm saying? A different standard, a higher standard than what's required in the world. Right? Well, we won't lie to our brothers. We won't steal from our brothers. We won't have sex with our brothers' wives. Things like that. A certain level of standards that we have. You know what I'm saying? That separates us from what we were before. Right? Can we have fun? Yeah, we can. Can I get that? Proverbs?
Oh, you got 17 and 22.
Yeah.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 22. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones.
Right, because, like a merry heart, like, being happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is about being in here. You know what I'm saying? You got to be happy, you know what I'm saying, and not have, so many things, you know what I'm saying, like just in your head weighing you down. The truth allows you to have that happiness that you can't have in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like when you was in the world, you wasn't happy. You know why I know? You know how I know niggas ain't happy in the world? Because you smoke all day. You smoke all day. You every single. You have to be high all the time because you can't deal with the world because you're not happy. I know. I used to do it. I used to smoke when I woke up, smoke before I eat, smoke after I eat. You know that's like the thing, right? Smoke after you eat. Right? Smoke at night, wake up, smoke. It was just like my whole life revolved around a blunt because I was looking for the happiness in the blunt, in the weed. That's what made me happy because I didn't have the happiness that I wanted. I felt like life was boring. You know what I'm saying? And when you feel that way, you're like, well, let me go self-medicate because you feel like life is boring. But when you come into the truth, you get that happiness that you've been looking for. That empty spot gets filled by the truth because now, yeah, you might come into the truth and you might not have your family with you, right? You might not have your family with you. Can I get a set demand at variance real quick? But you might not have your family with you, you know, and all those different things. But guess what? When you come into the truth, you get a new family. Right, you get new, yeah. he in the bleachers. So, so you know, you get new brothers, you get new sisters, you get new moms, new fathers, new aunties, new uncles. You get all of that, new cousins, right? You get all of those things, and that gives a brother a merry heart, right? Read that one more time.
Out of one kind.
No sweat.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
A merry heart doeth God, Salakia, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones.
Yeah, dry you the hell out. A lot of brothers and sisters are broken. That's cool. A lot of brothers and sisters are broken. Hold on. I think what's going on here is my timeout, my display settings. I just have to just deal with it for the class, but it's not going out though. But you know, the computer shuts off after so much time, and I think it's because of my. Hold on one second. All right, no sweat. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'll keep it going. All right, no sweat. I'm gonna just keep it going. All right, so read that last line.
Out of one kind. But a broken spirit drieth the bones.
Right, because brothers drive the bones. You know, like that valley of dry bones. You know what I'm saying? It dries us out as a nation because we have a lot of brothers and a lot of sisters that's in the world that are broken. Right? Their spirit is broken. You know, a lot of brothers don't want to come into the truth because they're broken. They've seen all the leaders get shot and killed. They've seen people get crushed by, you know, America when you try to stand up for black people. And guess what? That makes them not come into the truth because they look at what we're doing and they look at that and they say, well, what's the point? The oppressor ain't gonna do nothing but shut it down. You know, everybody else got killed. You know, Malcolm X and everybody else, Nat Turner, everybody, right? So why even stand up? And we've come to a point because we're so broken that we won't even. You got black men that won't even stand. You know what it is, right? I seen a video where this dude. He went to his ops hood or something like that. I guess he's a gang. He is in a gang or something. But he went to his ops hood and he was like, "Yeah, where y'all at? Huh? Ain't nobody out here." And he's just like spray painting on the stop sign. You seen that? He was like spray painting on the stop sign and he put a red rag, a red bandana on the stop sign. And he's like, "Yeah, where y'all at?" Well, I'm like, okay, so you're actually fighting over something that you don't even own. Okay, what's the point in fighting over a block, right? When the oppressor can just put up a fence and you wouldn't have it anymore. You get my point? So it's like, come on, man, we got to stop having this hatred for each other, and we got to start putting the energy where it should be. And that's with, you know, pushing this truth and getting out here and rolling with your brothers and rolling with your sisters, right? But can you have fun while you're doing it? Of course you can. right? But so many of us are broken, we don't think that you can have fun and serve the Lord at the same time, right? Because a lot of these pastors make you think like to have fun means like you're not righteous. All while he's, stealing all the tithes money. All while he's having sex with brothers in the church's wives, right? They, you know what? The pastor has sex with so many wives of these churches that they even make fun of it in movies. Did y'all watch BMF? The show BMF on Stars. You don't know what you're missing, Cole. All right, but Snoop Dogg plays the Reverend, right? He plays the Reverend, right? And the woman, she little Big Meech's mom, she was having problems with her husband, right? Big Meech's dad. So she went to the pastor to get counsel, but they went to dinner, right? While he was getting the counsel. And so she's like, Pastor, I just need some counsel, right? And so he was like, I'm here for you. And he under the table, he put his hand on her leg. And she was like, not that kind of help. You know what I mean? And then the waiter came with the check. And he was like, well, you're going to have to pay for your own tonight. So he made her pay for her meal because he made an advance at her and she didn't want the advance. She's like, nah, I didn't come for that kind of help. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, even in movies, they make fun of it because it's so prevalent. You know what I mean? Let's get back to it. Which one?
Was it Matthew 10:34?
Okay, yeah, let's get it. All right, Matthew 10:34. This was just to bring out my point where I said that, your family is going to be against you when you come into the truth, right? They're going to be against you, your family, your mother, right? Your father, your grandparents, right? They think they know everything. Yeah, your grandmom, the one with the super big hat, that go to church every Sunday, that think that, she knows something. She don't know nothing, right? If the Lord wanted her to know something, then he would have picked her to get it, but he didn't. He picked you. And so you're the one that the Lord chose, right? And so that alone, that understanding, that knowledge that you get is going to put you against your family. But we're going to read the scripture on it. But go ahead.
Sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Uh-huh.
I came not to send peace.
Wait a minute. Okay. Who is this talking?
This is Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ.
Right. It's Christ talking, right? So he's saying, think what?
Think not that I am come to send peace.
Right. Because, okay, so what is the common thing that everybody thinks that Christ is coming to do? Go ahead.
The common thing is that they believe Christ is coming to just, from what I can remember, unite all the nations, just bring peace, stop all the wars.
You said it right there.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for. It was right in the scripture. They think Christ is coming to bring peace. They think that Christ is coming to unify all the nations on the earth, and we all going to be this one big melting pot that's going to be sitting in heaven, and Christ is going to be the king, right? But what did he just say?
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Mm-hmm.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Right. So Christ said, don't think that I came to bring peace. That's how you would say it today. Don't think that I came to bring peace. I ain't come to bring peace. I came to bring a sword. Right. I came to bring something that kills, right? Something that divides, right? Keep reading.
Verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father.
What's variance? Variance is odds. Christ came to set you at odds with who?
Against his father.
Uh-huh.
And the daughter against her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Right. The Lord, Christ came to set division.
Right.
Division between you. Like when you come into the truth, remember it's a division happening here. You learn that we the Israelites, you learn all this good stuff, and then the first thing you want to do is you want to try to go and tell somebody, but they're going to be against you because commonly throughout the world, they think that Christ is coming to bring peace.
Right. So
it doesn't matter what color Christ is. It doesn't matter, what you think about, what's his color, he's from the tribe of Judah, all of that, stuff that we teach in here, none of that matters to somebody in the world. So what is that going to do? That's going to put division between you and them, right? Keep going.
Verse 36, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
That's it. You know what I mean? And your family in the world is going to be your enemies, right? And not just your enemies, but they're going to be enemies of Christ, because ultimately they don't, you know what I mean? They're going to be your foes. They're going to be your enemies, because because Christ came to set a man at variance, at odds with his family, a woman at odds with her mother, her father, different things like that, right? And so so in that respect, people think like, well, you know, I can just, you know, still keep my family and have fun, right? And they think that, you know, I don't have to really follow that. I could just, you know, still just indulge with my family and everybody just love Jesus and we all get along together. But that's not what the scripture just said, right? The scripture says specifically that Christ came to set a man at variance, right? At odds with his family. Right. So in the world, you think, well, man, I can't deal with that, because dealing with, you know, forsaking my family to follow Christ means I can't have fun, because now I got to go join this cult. Right. Right. They want me to go join this cult where they don't have fun. Right. They don't celebrate Christmas and they don't celebrate Easter and Halloween and different things like that. So, you know what our problem is? We just want to turn up. That's all we want to do. We just want to turn up so bad, right? But you can turn up in the truth too, right? After you get your work done, you can turn up in the truth too. It's the same thing, right? It's just a different set of standards, different set of morals, right? What you've had before, different from what you had before. But in the truth, you can do those same things. We party, we like to turn up, we like to drink, we like to sit around and talk and BS and all those good things. And you can do it in the truth as well too. All right. I think everybody got it there. All right. So we're going to go back to the one you had, Proverbs 17 and 22. But let me get a different scripture. Let me get Ecclesiastes 3 and 12. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me see. Let me switch that up. Let me get 3 and 1. Let's go down, man, because what we're going to break down here is we're going to break down like it being a time for certain things, right? It's being a time, right? So we're going to go ahead and start it off, all right? Whenever you get it.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. Mm-hmm. To everything there is a season.
Right, it's a season for everything. What does that mean? Meaning that it's a time for things to happen, right? Things to go down, all right? Keep going.
And a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Right, it's a time for every purpose under the heaven.
Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die.
Right, go ahead.
A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Mm-hmm.
A time to kill and a time to heal. Mm-hmm. A time to break down and a time to build up. Mm-hmm. A time to weep and a time to laugh.
And also that breaking down part, that was what the Lord did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could use that in this sense, is that, for those centuries that we went through this hell that we've been going through, is the Lord breaking us down, right? The Lord is breaking us down and brought us all the way as low as we can get. Right. And now it's time for us to build up now. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for us to get ourselves together, educate ourselves so that we can uplift ourselves. Right. Now it's that time. Now is the time for this truth to go out, for us to come together and get ourselves right. Right. So we can build ourselves up. Keep going.
A time to mourn and a time to dance.
Say that one more time.
A time to mourn and a time to dance.
What?
A time to mourn and a time to dance.
Right. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Salaki, if I could, one of the things that you said, earlier in the lesson was heavy that, a lot of brothers and sisters, they're not happy, so they rely on, smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I notice is that when brothers and sisters should be mourning and going through that process of grief, instead they're smoking it and they never actually, emotionally deal with, that turmoil that they've went through, and it just continues and continues, just using smoking as a barrier to get over it.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually very good point you brought out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the grieving process helps you get over things. Like okay, because we don't grieve, because we don't take that time to deal with reality, right? Right. The process, like you said, is like we just want to get high. Like as soon as somebody dies, you want to get high and then get high and get high and get high, and then you just get high and keep getting high, and then you keep getting high, and then every time that birthday comes around, you get high, and then you start thinking about the time that they died, and then you just get high and you get high. You know what I mean? And you never actually really deal with it.
Right.
Cry, man.
Right.
Let it out. Deal with it. Get it over with. You know what I'm saying? And you know how we deal with it? We think everybody goes to heaven. Everybody's in heaven looking down. No, they're not. Ray shot up the block. He shot the block up. If he's anywhere, he would be in hell.
Right.
Right. Heavenly birthdays. That's why they got it on the gravestone. When you get a certain age, you're not 115. Your heavenly birthday. You're not 115. You're 79 years old. That's how long you live. That's it. Right? When you in heaven, you don't have birthdays up there. You get my point? And like so, and this is the this is the Christianity that you have to shake when you come into the truth. You have to shake all of that stuff off your mind. All right? You have to shake that off, and you have to become brand new. Right? Every concept that we've had concerning the Bible comes from the oppressor. Every single concept that you can think of that you think is in the Bible is not in there. Nowhere in the Bible did it say that you die and go to heaven or hell. It don't even say either one. Right? Nowhere in there when you get married. And it says, dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to wed this man in holy matrimony. And, that's not in the Bible. It looked like it is, right? Because the pastor got it up he got the Bible up open, but it's not in there. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
A time to cast away stones,
mm-hmm.
and a time to gather stones together.
Yeah, say it one more time.
A time to cast away stones,
mm-hmm.
and a time to gather stones together.
Right. Like when you go into a field, with like a farmer would go into a field to tend to a field, you would have to gather those stones out so that you could harvest the field, right? But it's basically just breaking down. It's a time for everything, right? But one thing that I didn't want to gloss over, it's a time to dance too. Right? It's a time to, let loose, man. You know what I'm saying? And have fun with your brothers and your sisters, man. Get it on, dance, cut a rug. We do that. Go ahead.
Salaki, if I could. In my neighborhood, I would, be coming home. And right up the street, like right before I can get to my house, is brothers and sisters on the corner that are always, not as much, but they would always be smoking, drinking, loud music at night. I'm coming home from work. I want to go to sleep. But they out there, my age and older, as if they're young. And I'm like, it's not time for y'all to be outside this late at night doing this right now. Because I see what's going on in your lives. And you're out of season with, like, what do you celebrate? I don't understand what the celebration is about with everything that's going on with your lives. And it's just so much wisdom in the Bible and seeing it like, look, as much fun as you want to have right now, it's stuff you need to take care of.
Right.
Even my little sister would be right out there with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like from sundown till sun up, partying, smoking, drinking. It's
mm-hmm.
like 12 at night. My baby's trying to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
My sister's right on outside in the corner with them, celebrating. And it's like, it's not time for that. But there's a lot of wisdom in here. And if people applied it to their lives, they'd be a lot better off.
Right. Good point, man. Good point. And that was a heavy point what you said too. You know what I mean about, you know, and not actually healing. You know what I mean, and going through the mourning process, right? But once you go through the mourning process, now it's time to, you know, to live. You know what I mean, to get on with living, and you know, and a lot of those things, it keeps us. You get depression and all of those different types of mental issues come in, man. With the truth, it keeps you happy. The truth keeps you happy. You have fun in the truth. I'm just speaking, you know what I mean? I feel like I can speak for every brother, every sister, man. You're gonna have way good days. Way, you know what I mean? Your good days are always gonna, you know, of course, in life, you never every day is not gonna be a great day. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, your good is always gonna outweigh your bad in the truth. Right? Keep going. Oh, read number 5 again, verse 5.
Hold on,
Salage. Yaquadazar, what's going on? Let me see. Shalom, Lord of Christ. We got Sayana in the building. All right, Sayana, Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Thamba Shemi outside. Trooper Yaquawam. Y'all recall in the building. All right. Jules Charms, Kazak. Let me see. Tamira Hunter, Tamira Labah, Israel. ISUPK Delaware South with an F. Okay, now that's Shalyurick Swink. All right. What you say, Sayana? The Christian church tell you can't party, drink, have fun, etc. But in real life, they be drinking in their homes. Don't let because it's like it's holy long as nobody see it. They're drinking and smoking. Definitely a higher standard. That's right, Sayana. Let me see. Itara. All right, Itara. Checking in for class. Egypt to Israel, from Egypt to Israel. Shalom to you. Let me see. Amani Hamilton. Any relation to Charlie Hamilton? Anthony Hamilton? Barack Wana in the building. Yaquar in the building. Always in the building. Lenny, Nayum, Yahawada, St. Julian. Damn, that's a hell of a name. All right, Trooper Nahalia in the building. Ra'ahaya Kana. We say? Kawak in the building. Shalom, Lord Christ. Kana in the building. Tamika Shanta in the building. Makwadash. Damn. Talia, Yanni, Yasser Allah, that's a hell of a name. Yeah, all right. Ra'aya, Loyalty, Ya'ala. Damn. All right, they got some great names, some strong names in there, all right? Let's get it. Yeah, you ain't got a lot to kick it. That's right.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 5. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together.
Right, because you would gather them stones, right? Time like and then you would gather stones too. You like to build houses and different things like that, right? But it's a time for that. All right, keep going.
A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
That's heavy. We just don't. We embrace so much that this Martin Luther King statue is arms. Because it's not about his body, it's about the embrace. Right. His arms wrapped around you, hugging you. How you feeling, man? How you feeling? You good, Ak? All right. No sweat. We're going to see. All right. But it's about the embrace. Right. Well, you want to say something? Go ahead. You got it.
If I may, Captain Tazariak just did just put a post about how the founders of originators of the Juneteenth thing, how they put a poster up and they trying to include the oppressor, and the poster had two oppressors in the poster, trying to include them in the Juneteenth celebration.
Yeah, right.
Like we don't have no clue about when it's time to refrain from embracing. Like we want to embrace all the time.
Right.
Like it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna just add on to that. That's it. Well, go ahead. You go ahead.
If I could, you know, what Officer Mataziala said is extremely heavy because I've been watching the news and I've been watching like short clips, you know, with, you know, people talking. And I remember when it was black people saying that they were woke and that was attributed to blackness. Now the woke movement is a lot of, and I want to use the correct term so we won't get in trouble, but it's a lot of, you know, Edomite, well, it's a lot of oppressors that are transvestites that are speaking about the woke movement. So it's no longer a black thing about being woke, about, you know, fighting police brutality. Now it's about chopping, you know, your original gender off. And it's because we've embraced all this stuff. And now we have everybody just hijacking the movement every single time. Every time.
Right. And you know what? When we should have had pushback, we didn't.
Right.
And now you're in it and you're just in it. You know, like, and that's what we've been doing since 1969. We've been pushing back. So it's like, for a lot of our people, they come at us for pushing back. So now it's like when I see stuff happen, it'd be like, oh man, I'm in this restaurant. And the people, I just keep scrolling. I don't even, oh man, these people are racist, man. I was in this. I just go to the next one. I see videos. I see videos of black folks. Oh man, you know, these people are racist. Keep on scrolling. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. We've been out here trying to tell you since 1969 that the oppressor was the devil, but you don't want to hear it. Hey man, you know, this is right. I just keep going. I'll watch something else. I don't even want to hear it. Oh man, you know, this bus driver, I was on the bus and the bus driver was racist. I just go right to the next thing. I don't even want to hear it. Because we're telling you, but we're hard-headed people. And because we want to continue to have fun in America, we want to continue to be on drugs, we want to continue to live that life, then that's what comes along with this life. We have to really understand that if we want to be a part of America, then the reality of it is that black people are going to be the permanent underclass. That's just it. We're going to get killed by police, right? We're going to get shot. We're going to get killed by each other. We're going to be the last hired, the first fired. We're going to be, you know, on the bottom of everybody when it comes to housing, education, different things like that. We just, you know, and of course, you know, we live in a place, you know, and this is what's so condescending about the oppressor, right? They'll tell you today, you can go to any school you want to go to. You can go to any school you want to go to. You can aspire to have any job you want. You can do anything after they destroyed you completely. Right. You know, that's just like, you know, you telling somebody, you know, that's like you take somebody and you break both their legs and say, yeah, you could join the team. Yeah, you want to play football, you want to play basketball? Come on. You want to play in the NBA after I broke both of your legs. Right. Now you got a limp. Now you walking with a limp and a cane. I'm like, yeah, everybody can come to the NBA. Everybody got a chance. Everybody got a shot, right? All you got to do is just pull pull yourself up by your bootstraps when we don't got no boots. Right. Yeah, my boy. Like, that's America for you. Yeah, you could, man. You know what? You can live anywhere you want to live at. There's no towns where we do racism. We don't do racism in America. That's done. You can live anywhere you want. They just don't tell you, right, about redlining. They just don't tell you that you might move to a neighborhood and then everything that, you know, and then the people in the neighborhood is going to be sabotaging your damn house to get you out of there. They're not going to reveal that part, though. Like Forsyth County. Y'all ever heard of Forsyth County? In Georgia, it's an all-white town, and they do not want no niggas in Forsyth County. Right, but they'll say you can move to Forsyth County. You want to live there? Go ahead. They just you just might get strung up by a tree when the sun go down. Go ahead.
Just one real quick thing, because that's where my brother-in-law had moved to. He's an Ephraimite. And
Forsyth County.
Yeah, and it's in Georgia, right? Yeah, he moved out there. He ended up leaving, but he was telling me how racist it was, and he said he went to work and they had a meet. They were supposed to have a meeting for the whole entire place. He's the only, you know, Puerto Rican brother in there. They end up turning his food upside down, presenting it to him. His flies around it, this, that, and the fourth. They tried to hide the meeting, and he said it was just so many things. After a while, he just moved back on.
Yeah. You know, so you know, it's not always greener. You know, the grass ain't always greener away from people, because I know that's a common thing amongst black people is that if you want to live a good life, you got to get away from niggas. Right? And sometimes I even find myself thinking like that sometimes. Like, God damn, I got to get away from these niggas. There's shootings around here. I got to get away from niggas. Right? And then, it's normal in a way. It's like, man, it's niggas. Right? So, I got to catch myself sometimes. Like, wait a minute, okay, it's not always going to be greener on the other side. They got shows on ID, Hate Thy Neighbor. Where the neighbors is tripping. What did we say? Yeah, the worst neighbors and all that kind of stuff in the suburbs. It goes down in the suburbs. Think that you're going to be a black man moving in the suburbs. They're going to be they're going to check. They're going to bring a ruler out to make sure that grass don't get over a certain amount. By the housing authority. The housing association say the grass is not supposed to be 3 inches and yours is 3.2. Oh, something's going on. We gotta report this. Oh, you supposed to have 2 cars. Oh, you got a car right here. Oh, your car leaking oil. You know what I mean? It's something leaking from the bottom of that. Oh, that's environmental. You know what I mean? Like it's all cracked up to be on the other side. You know what I'm saying? The ghetto can literally be everything we need it to be. All we got to do is just change our focus, change our mind, renew our spirit, like the scriptures say, right? I tell you that the best fun that I have is around black people and Hispanics. The best fun I have is in the hood, around us. When a good glimpse of that, like the Puerto Rican festival, the Puerto Rican parade in Philly. Go ahead.
You said that because when you in the county, you can't even be you. Mm-hmm. You can't play your music. You can't go outside, have a barbecue, play your music after a certain hour. It get dark. You got to go inside. Everything's closed. Like it's just a whole different vibe out there. It don't seem like it's really for us.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly, and it's not. So what the scripture is trying to tell us is that we can have fun. We can do all of those things, man, and. But if we kept it in house, man, it'll be so much better. You'll have the oppressor begging to come and party with us, man. Right. Begging to come to our, they got what they got, and they got Pasa Pasa. You ever heard of that? Pasa Pasa is a party in Jamaica that goes for days. It goes for days. Like people will be still partying and people getting up to go to work, and people waiting on the bus to go to work, and people still out in partying, right? And we could have that, you know what I mean? But we just, we choose to live and have, live by the customs of America. And so we're not able to have that. In the scriptures, we got the Feast of Hanukkah, where we party for 7 days. 7 days we partying, right? The Lord gives us all the fun that we need. We actually get way more. In the world, you get off 1 day? Memorial Day. They give you the day, they give you Memorial Day on Monday, but you got to go to work on Tuesday. After you've been partying and drinking at the barbecue, right? You've been at the barbecue, drinking, getting it on, right? But you got to go to work tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Lord says, nah, I'm going to give you 7 whole days. So we drink on Monday, and then we still got off on Tuesday. You can take off Wednesday and still come back Thursday. You get my point? Like the Lord gives us time to have fun, right? And you can experience all of that fun in the truth too as well. Right? Just got to live by a different set of standards, right? And then you got to live by a higher standard. A higher standard, right? Go ahead. 50 days for first fruits. Damn.
50?
Yeah, 50 days. 50 days. Now, that's enough partying for anybody. For anybody. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 6. A time to get and a time to lose.
Hold on, back up to the embrace. Let's deal with that. Go ahead.
A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. Mm-hmm. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
We gotta understand that part too. It's a time when we gotta just stop. All right, just stop. Just cut it out. You know what I mean? That's what we do. We just don't know how to stop. We just become the statue people. We just and they give another. They probably got statues all in a warehouse somewhere. All set. They probably got statues of Nat Turner. They were like, okay, if niggas really get out of line, we're gonna block this statue of Nat Turner. You know what I mean? And that'll get them back in line, make them think that we really are down for them. But it's about the embrace. We got to stop accepting every damn thing. It's a time to refrain from that, right? Keep going.
Verse 7. Oh, Salakia, verse 6. A time to get and a time to lose. Mm-hmm. A time to keep and a time to cast away. Mm-hmm. A time to rend and a time to sow. Right. So that the rend is like, remember how we would rend our garments when we were mad at something. Well, we're like deep sorrow, or we would rend our garments. But then it's a time to do that, and it's a time to sew that garment back up. All right. Okay. Let me see some. Let me find this real quick. Okay. Let me give 1 Corinthians 8 and 9. First Corinthians 8 and 9. Okay. Okay. Do y'all know what this is all this is talking about, right? The 8th chapter. 1 Corinthians 8. And I'm going to go to 8 and 9, right? But if brothers in the class don't know what this is talking about, then I'll break it down. You want me to read it first?
Yeah.
Okay, count on one count, sir. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. Mm-hmm. But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
Right. Go ahead.
So that would mean that even though something may not be a sin, let's say if it's drinking, you don't want to be around a brother that may have a alcohol problem drinking around him.
Right. So okay. So can you go to the club? Being in the truth, yes, you can go to the club. There's no law that says that you can't go to the club, but you want to. Okay, it got to be a certain kind of club too, right? It just can't be told you can't have your Passover in the club. All right, in a club with chicks, bottle chicks, and all that, right? You gotta relax. You can't do that. You gotta, it gotta be, a decent spot. You know what I mean? It can't be a straight, you get my point. Like those kind of clubs, it just can't be that. But you gotta, have some damn respect for yourself. All right, but going to clubs, of course, no strip clubs or whatever like that. But going to clubs, you want to, not like, okay, like I've been in clubs is like where, where we'll start to smell weed and stuff like that. And it's like, all right, let's go on and get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We just roll. Sometimes things can get like that and you just got to roll. But then there's some clubs that, it ain't no smoking in here. You know what I'm saying? They're ready to throw you out. And there's adults in there that act like mature adults, have a couple drinks, things like that, and you just roll up out of there, right? How you conduct yourself while you're in these places is also paramount too, right? But you don't want to, like what we were bringing out before, is like, if there's a brother, because of that liberty that you have, you might want to refrain from doing those things around a brother who might have those types of issues, right? So you ain't going to the club with me. If you got an issue with hoes, you're not going to the club with me. I'm not going to ask you to go. I'm just not going to ask you to go. Right? If you got an issue with drinking, if that's your thing, like you like to get drunk and start trying to tell everybody the truth. Nope, you won't be going to the club. I will not be asking you to go to the club. You get my point? Brother, as soon as a brother get drunk, he's like, yeah, man, because we the Israelites. Like, y'all need to stop drinking. Y'all, you know what I mean? Like, no, look, we're not doing that. We're gonna go out, we're gonna have a good time, everybody gonna go home, and that's just gonna be that. You get my point? Like, you want with your liberty, you don't want to cause a stumbling block for a brother or a sister. Right. That sister that, as soon as she get in there, she go to the bar and just start tossing them back, right? Now she's over the damn toilet, and it's another sister holding her hair back, so it don't get, you know, in her throw up, right? You don't want to invite those types of sisters either. Let them stay home. Don't even tell them you're going, all right? You know, and read it one more time.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block.
That liberty of yours, man, just, you know, take heed to that. Just beware. You know, you got younger brothers, you got younger sisters that's coming into the truth, right? Who might have those types of issues, you know, because I've heard it in the truth. You know, there's some people that really have an issue with drinking. So they should not be out, you know, with brothers. You know, they should be home in the house. You know what I mean? Some people drink and just totally black out. I've never been like that. You know what I mean? I've never just totally blacked out, you know, from drinking or anything like that. To be honest, I hate to get drunk. You know what I'm talking about? I know everybody's been there before. Like, you know, where you just like, you feel like lunch meat. Like you put, you know what I mean? You be so drunk, you just put your head down. Like the room is spinning. I hate that. And that happened to me one time. No, maybe more than once, maybe a couple of times, but it was just horrible. This was what, like 2013, man. I was drinking some Sveka. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That Sveka? Oh my God, I will not drink Sveka ever in my life again. Right? But I was drinking Sveka. That's like a
Swedish.
Yeah, vodka. Oh my God. I was drinking it and I'm just tossing it back. Sveka, tossing it back. Next thing you know, man, the room started spinning, man. I was outside. It was like I couldn't even walk in a straight line no more. I sat on like somebody's porch. I didn't even know who the hell porch it was. I'm sitting on their damn step. I just called my homeboy Javier. I was like, man, just come get me. He was like, yo, man, where you at, man? I'm like, man, just come get me. You know what I mean? So he's like, well, where you at? I'm like, man, I'm on 7th Street. You know what I mean? I'm toasted. I'm like, man, I'm on 7th Street. He like, all right, man, I'll be right there, man. And I just put my head like down like this in between my legs, and I just was laying there. And I literally was out until he came up and was like, yo, man, come on. And I just was like, I looked up like, and then I got up and I couldn't even walk straight to the damn car. You know what I mean? I'm like, who wants to be like that? Yeah, this is totally stupid. This is totally stupid. Like literally, like I got out the car I was out. We got to the house, my crib. I staggered all the way to the door and just went in the house and just fell in the bed. I ain't make sure my door was locked. I ain't do none of that. Because I had a good friend, he was like, yo, I locked the door up. I locked everything up for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just too drunk, and that's not the way you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have fun like that. All right, no sweat. Yeah, I was stumbling down. I was a stumbling block stumbling down. Okay, 1 second, y'all. Let me get the camera right. Yeah, I was a stumbling block. I was a stumbling block. But, you can't have fun in the truth, man. We do the electric slide. We do all of that. You know what I mean? I got videos of the school, the sisters doing the electric slide, all of us, having a good time in decency and order. We all, we go into the situation. We all understand, hey, we're not in here to get all stupid and start fighting each other. So yeah, you can have fun. It's perfectly fine in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to think that because you come into the truth, you can't have fun anymore. Because I have way more fun than I ever would have had in the world. All right. Let's get read that one more time. All right, and then we'll move on.
But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
Let me get Slugger. Think you might be good as our boy. me see. Let me get 1 Corinthians 10 and 31.
I'll read it whenever you're ready, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 31. Whether therefore ye eat or drink, or whatsoever ye do all to the glory of God.
Right. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We hang out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the brothers hang out, the sisters hang out. I can tell you, man, like the brothers, we hang out, we always talking about the truth. That's all we doing is just sitting around, just talking about the truth, you know, talking about, you know, our surroundings, people watching, all of that kind of stuff that comes along with it, man. But that's mostly what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Just hanging out, enjoying each other's company, and then we go home. You know, I think a lot of people think it's different. Sisters be thinking it's different. Like we go to the club and we standing on couches popping bottles all night, and you know, it's bottle girls coming over to the section all night. That ain't what happens in the club. I don't know. All I do is stand there and look at Kwayaswan. And then, you know what I mean? Look over and and look at Azawar. Azawar, look at me, and we just look at each other. And be like, yeah, man, you know, like, you want a beer? Be like, yeah, I like beer. Like, oh yeah, you cool? You all right? No? All right. That's it. It's not like they might think we're doing. They think we either pour bottles up. Yeah. The bottle girls coming with the sparklers. Yeah. No, we ain't doing that. We're just standing there like, yeah, I like beer. Like, yeah, what kind of beer you like? Like, oh yeah, man, I like Corona. Yeah, no, I like Heineken. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. Y'all want to walk to the car? So, you know, we got liquor in the car. Y'all want to walk to the car? All right. Okay, cool. Let's walk to the car. That's it. There ain't nothing else. All right, no sweat. Right. And so, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the Lord, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's just in everything that we do, man. So like the word says, I mean, the scripture says, you know, let things be done in moderation. You know what I mean? Right. So, you know, it's fine to go out. It's fine to drink and different things like that, but let it be in moderation. Right. All right. All right, cool. So let me get, hold on. It's a lot good. I had it right. Oh, here. Okay, let me get Ecclesiasticus 31 and 27. Let me get there with you real quick. Ecclesiasticus 31 and 27. All right, yeah. Go ahead, read that nice and strong. All right.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 31 and 27. Wine is as good as life to a man. If he be drunk moderately, what life is then to a man that is without wine? For was it made to make men glad?
Hold on 1 second. So your Quadazar said, Salaki, even gambling in the casino, I play the table, serve craps and blackjack. That's lawful too. But if it becomes a problem for you, right? If gambling becomes a problem for you, then that's where the sin starts to come in. Right? So you want to do that moderately too. All right? Just understand the house is gonna win. All right? If you get, I don't like parting with my bread. You know, because Akawab won. Because Akabov hit. She hit on the slots. I lost about like $20, $30. I'm like, man, I'm like, it's rigged. I bet $30. I'm like, it's rigged out here. It's rigged. This is a scam. I done put $30 in, $5 at a time. I put $30 in the machine. What you say? They using me. I couldn't do it because I go off with and hit. You know, like that's what the, you know what I mean? You want to do everything in moderation. Now, if you're at the crap table and you betting you betting the house, you throw the deed up there on the crap table. You like, look, man, this got to be worth something, right? Hey, that's when you out of money. That's when you out of money. You like, yo, this got to be worth something, right? You like this. See this knife right here? My grandfather gave me this. How much you give me for this? Nigga be like, all right, I give you 200. You know what I mean? Like, then that's where the problem comes in. Don't do it. Shy away from it. You know what I'm saying? And don't get into those things that's going to keep you, you know what I mean, trapped in those types of things. So yeah, it's perfectly legal. Go take all the Moabites' money, right? Go shoot those crabs. Take all those Moab's money, right? Because they trying to take yours. Go and shoot them crabs. You know what I mean? Play that poker. You know what I mean? Edomite sitting down at that table. Take all their money.
All of it.
Take it all. But if it becomes a problem, you know, you got your family outside in the car and they don't have no hotel room to sleep in because you in there gambling all the money away and all the food and everything like that, then it's a problem. Right. And you shouldn't be doing it. All right. Go ahead.
Let me go to the next one.
She said, yeah, Margaret Dad said, y'all big money. I'm on the quarter slots. And look, I lose some quarters. I'm like, look, this is rigged. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Ecclesiastes 31 and 27.
Ecclesiastes chapter 31 and verse 27. Wine is as good as life to a man.
Right? Wine is as good as life to a man. Keep going.
If he be drunk moderately.
Read it one more time.
If it be drunk moderately.
Right. If it be drunk moderately. Right. You know, you have it, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like life, man. You know, a brother might need it. That brother that's sitting in front of the liquor store, he might need that drink. Right? He asking you for $2 and they ask you for $2 outside the liquor store. You're like, what you gonna do with the money? Huh? Are you gonna take the money? You gonna invest it? Huh? Are you gonna invest the money to have financial freedom? Like, damn, just give him $2 so you can get something to drink. We hard on each other, ain't we? You're like, are you gonna take the $2? Huh? You gonna invest it in your future and put it in 401k and grow that so that you can have some money to have financial freedom? And he's like, nah, man, I just want a shot. At least let the brother get the shot, man. Give him the $2. He get the shot. He's outside. Damn. He's outside. He sleep outside. You can give the brother a shot. All right. You ain't got to go so deep into it, right? But with liquor, you know what I'm saying, and wine, it's like life to a brother, man. You know, it makes you forget about, you know, your problems. You know, it puts things to the side for a moment. You know what I'm saying? And it helps you, you know, to have a good time. You know what I mean? And it's what the Lord created for us, right? But but long as it's done in moderation, right? Keep going.
What life is then to a man that is without wine?
Mm-hmm.
For it was made to make men glad.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 28.
Hold on 1 second. Read 37 and read 27 and 28 one more time.
Okay. Ecclesiastes verse 31 and 27.
Mm-hmm.
Wine is as good as life to a man,
mm-hmm.
if it be drunk moderately.
Mm-hmm.
What is life then to a man that is without wine?
Right. Now, okay. Now, if you don't drink wine, if you don't drink alcohol, then that's totally fine. Don't drink it, but don't be coming down my back because I want a little taste. Right? Yeah, all right, because I want a little taste. Don't be, you know, stay in your lane, right? That's totally fine. You don't want to drink? That's totally fine. You know what I mean? That's cool. It's the same thing with eating meat and not eating meat, right? Doubtful disputations. You know, whether we eat meat or we don't eat meat. I'm not going to vex you because you want to eat salad at camp, and don't vex me because I want to tear down these you know, chicken wings. right? So, you know, it's like, oh, we're not going to tear each other down. At the end of the day, we're both Israel. Right. You choose not to drink, I choose to drink. But my drinking is going to be in moderation, right? Keep going.
What life is then to a man that is without wine? For it was made to make men glad.
It was made to make men glad. You know, because look at this slavery we in. A brother go to work every day, and you know what I mean? He get off of work after working 16 hours. He's like, look, man, I just want me a drink real quick. You know, hey, you know, I gotta go, and I gotta, you know, go into you know, a speaking. You know, I remember one of my first speakings, man, I took a shot before I took, you know, did my speaking, because my stomach was boiling, man. I had to poop and everything. I was like, look, man, I'm about to call out of camp. I'm like, look, I got to go home. Man. You know, you get my point? But I'm like, man, you know what? My stomach was boiling because, you know, we had to go. My first camp was in Philly. You know, Philly's a rough zone. And I went there. My first camp was in Philly. It was the crazy, like 2016 Philly. Right. Trying to tell y'all, I got my moment. You know how all these moments brothers are getting now, like the KC4 and the Kansas, the Kentucky 8 and all of that. I got my moments back in 16 when it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? Where the school was a lot smaller. But yeah, Philly was wild. Philly was a wild camp. I remember times where the Muslims came out there from the mosque. The niggas from, you know, Allegheny, North Philly, them niggas with the big beards. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Philly niggas with the big beards. Some niggas like, what them Dark Low and all them niggas? Yeah, like Dark Low niggas. And, yeah, ARI might have been out there. Them niggas came to camp, boy. I'm trying to tell you, man. It was rough out there in camp, man. That was a lit camp. Like you had to have them. You put your bones in going to that camp in Philly, boy. And that camp. That's why everybody that came out of that Philly camp, you see what they are today. Like Captain Cesario came out of that. Came out of Philly. You know, Captain Tawar, Captain Akkad, Captain Ahmad. You know what I'm saying? Marah, you know, myself, you know, we came out of that Philly back in the day. And I remember that I had to take a shot, you know what I'm saying? Before I got, you know, up, down, you know, I used to get on the train. I used to park up there in 69th Street, and I would get on the train and take the train down to 15th and JFK. And I remember my first speaking, man, I had to take a shot, you know what I'm saying? Just to get myself together. All right. Go ahead. Keep going.
Verse 28. Wine measurably drunk in a season bringeth gladness of the heart.
Right. Keep going.
And cheerfulness of the mind. But wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness.
Say that again.
But wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of the mind.
Right, because then, you know, now the fight comes in, and now it's not fun no more being in the truth. You know, now it's not fun anymore, because now we're not moving with moderation. Now we got a brother in here that want to go too hard, or a sister that want to go too hard, right? So now it's not fun. Remember this, the whole thing is, can we have fun in the truth? You can have as much fun as you want in the truth, but it has to be done in moderation, right? The things that you do while having the fun, it got to be done in moderation. And you know what I'm saying? And you can have all the things that the Lord wants to give you. The Lord wants to give you a life full of cheerfulness, full of gladness of heart. He even included wine and all that, the strong drink in there too, right? But it got to be done in decency and order and moderation. Keep going.
With brawling and quarreling.
Yeah, right. That's what people do that get drunk and don't know how to control themselves. Go ahead.
Drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool. Till he offend. It diminish strength and maketh wounds.
It diminish strength and maketh wounds.
Rebuke not thy neighbor at the wine.
Right, like while he's drunk. You know, and then also when you're drunk, right? You don't want to be, you know, telling a brother sitting like this, like, you like, come on, man. I mean, you know, Remember with John 3:16 said, "Hey brother, like I don't give a damn about none of that," because he's drunk. You got to relax. You know, understand what's going on here. Go ahead.
You ain't never lied, sir, because I had a situation like that where brothers was drinking, and I tried to, tell them to chill. It was too late, and then all hell broke loose.
Right.
Between them, not me, but I'm in the midst of it, trying to, settle things down because I'm the only one in the room with a clear head, and this walls getting smashed in stuff. It was ridiculous.
You can't reason with people that are drunk
at all.
You can't reason with people, you know what I mean, that are like that. You just gotta hey, look, if it's your friend or whatever, he had a little bit too much to drink, you just gotta just be like, look, all right, we out. That's that. We out now. You know what I mean? Now. We gotta go now. You know what I mean? With sense of urgency. Nah, come on, man. Come on. See, look, man, why are you drinking? Like, now you out in the street with a drunk person trying to get them to act right. And it just doesn't happen. All right. But also, not to rebuke somebody at the wine too. You know what I mean? It can go both ways. When you're drunk, you're trying to, come at a brother or whatever. You don't want to do those things, right? A sister that, you had something to drink and you don't want to start coming at a sister, right? While you inebriated, right? Keep going.
Rebuke not thy neighbor at the wine. Despise him not in his mirth. Give him not despiteful words. And press not upon him with urging him to drink. Right.
Meaning like, come on, man, let's get it, man. Let's do this. You know what I mean? Let's do it. And, you don't want to do those things. But you good to go? What you at the door? I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes? All right, no sweat. Okay. So can we have fun in the truth? Absolutely. Right? I have way more fun in the truth than I've ever had in the world. In the world, I was just high. I didn't know I was there. I'm having fun, but I'm not really there, right? I'm too high. What are we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Quadazar said, I love the truth because I love the street teaching, the reading, the doing the One West missions in different states and foreign countries. There you go. That's Mr. Dominican Republic right here. Right. Coming from, he was over there just talking to everybody. Right. Don't let having fun stop you from serving the Lord. That's what stops so many brothers from serving the Lord. Because you just want to get lit, you just want to turn up, and in your turning up, you just can't seem to get any work done. Right? You can't get no work done. Remember, the all of that having fun in the truth is secondary for the mission at hand. Right? The main thing we want to do is we want to focus on the work that we do. All right? Give me the sluggard. The sluggard. Let me get Proverbs 6. The sluggard, thou sluggard. I think it's Proverbs 6, I believe. And a lot of those kind of brothers or those kind of sisters that come through in the truth, those types of brothers and sisters, they don't last long. They don't. And then the next thing you know, you getting interviewed on damn Clubhouse. Talking about you is escaping a sex cult. What the hell are they talking about? Yeah. So you got it. I think it was sluggard is 6. Proverbs 6. Let me see. I'll find it for you. 6 and 6. Proverbs 6 and 6.
All right. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard.
Right. So remember, if you are a sluggard, if you're a person that's lazy, right, because you want to have fun all the damn time, and you don't have no time for the truth to actually get serious, it's a lot of people that just show up to barbecues. I'm good. Yeah. Here you go. A lot of people show up to barbecues. That's all they do. They show up to barbecues. It's like, okay, well, there's more to the ISUPK than barbecues. It's more to the ISUPK than, an event, right? There's a lot to it. It's work. That's what the main thing is actual work. And that's what we have to understand. Go ahead. Oh, the camera jacked up? Yeah. Get behind me, Satan. All right. All right. Just moving this out. Oh, shit. My bad. They're like, hurry up, nigga. You should have been had this. Y'all should have been had this together. All right. No sweat. All right. No sweat. All right. Boom. All right. Let's get it. All right. Proverbs 6:6. Can you read it one more time?
Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise.
Right. You know, and that's okay. If all right, break it down for me.
I give it a try, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. So the ant does work as far as like gathering. The ant does work as far as preparing for, like, I think it's the winter during the times where it's, you know, able to be harvested. There's going to be times where things can't be harvested. So the ant is not being lazy, not laying around. And then when something comes upon you and you're not prepared, you should consider the ant and be wise in that way. Is that?
Damn, this brother an officer. He's breaking it down. Connecting dots. Yeah, he connecting dots. Absolutely right. Consider that. If you were a sluggard, consider that. Consider the ant, because the ant works. The ant is constantly, it works all day, right? For a woman, right? The queen. This sit up in the house, she's just bigger than everybody else. And they do all the work, bring all the leaves, eat all the, you know what I mean? Bring everything that it could bring, and, you know, for the woman. Yeah, that's kind of like how we are. Damn, are we ants? Oh, man. Yeah, we just went ant form, huh? That's kind of like humans in a way. Yeah, we'll all work for the queen in the house. She don't do nothing. She just big. She's bigger than everybody else. All right. Most High in Christ, Yaquatazah. All right. So okay. So it's not Yaquatazah. It's One West Mission Impossible. All right. All right, we'll see. All right. Read it one more time.
Okay. Go to the ant, thou sluggard.
Come on, bring the mic up.
Go to the ant, thou sluggard, and consider her ways and be wise. Verse 7, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler.
What's that mean?
It's just, it don't really have no leadership. It's just doing it on its own will.
Right, exactly. Ain't nothing telling it what to do. It's just moving. Ant just moving. You know what I mean? All the animals work. I seen look. Now this might just be something that you just see in the hood, but I seen a squirrel with a pancake. I was like, damn. Like the squirrel had a pancake. I was like, yo, this squirrel is working. Like, you know, like he had a full pan. Like somebody must have threw some pancakes and stuff away, but the squirrel had a pancake. I was like, this is the hood, man. The squirrel had a pancake, and he was running with the pancake. I was like, yo, this is this is ridiculous. But it's working. So if you a brother that's, you know, if you can't figure out what it takes to work, then look at that squirrel with that pancake. Right? He had to do something to do that, to get that pancake. He had to look through the trash. He had to pick it up and probably drop it a few times, pick it up and keep going. And he was like, I'm getting this home. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we got to consider, right? Keep going.
Verse 8, provide her meat in the summer,
Uh-huh.
and gather her food in the harvest.
Mm-hmm.
How long wilt thou sleep,
Mm-hmm.
O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep?
Okay, right. And that's for the brothers who who can't never really come to really wanting to really come into the truth like that because they're having fun. You know, look, a person might be lazy, but they still do what they want to do that they find entertaining. And a lot of times people just find, just going to the club, hoes, smoking weed more entertaining than actually getting yourself together and coming to the truth and serving your brothers, right? But ultimately serving Christ, serving the Most High. Right? Because that's what this life is about. It's about us serving each other. Really, that's all it is. We going somewhere where they don't want to hear what we got to say. Right? And we do it every week faithfully. We go there anyway. We know they don't want us there. We still go. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. We was in Trenton, right? Who was out there? The same people, the same drug dealers, the same. We were talking to them. After I got tired of talking, he got up. After he got tired of talking, I got up there. After I got tired of talking, somebody else got up there. It's like, damn, when is it gonna be over? Go ahead. Microphone.
All we going to get out of it is a fist in the air,
mm-hmm.
or a peace sign from a car driving by.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But nobody want to try to put their boots to the ground and put in that work.
That's right. Yeah. Put in the work, right? But then when we put in our work, hold on, let me get a scripture for you. Hold on, let me get a scripture for you real quick. All right, let me get a scripture for you real fast. All right. So now we put in that work, right? Hold on. Get a scripture for you real fast. Let me get Ecclesiastes 12. The 12. Ecclesiastes 12. Ecclesiastes 12. Let me see. Where's that? No, I'm sorry. Ecclesiastes 3 and 12. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. No, let me see. Hold on. Let me see if this is the one I want. No, give me 3 and 13.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 13.
Uh-huh.
And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor.
Of all his what?
Of all his labor.
Right. So, when you do work, it's good to enjoy. Like we go out to camp every Saturday, right? But then we get the barbecue, right? We get to get on a flight and go eat some hot dogs. Damn, that's a lot of money for hot dogs. 1,500. Cause I know that's how much I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna buy everything. Yeah, right. It's like, well, okay. Yep, let's go get these hot dogs. I'm flying to California this year to go get some hot dogs. Yeah, I'm going. Probably go to Chicago. I don't know about London though.
I think I'm going to London.
Are you going to London to get some hot dogs?
I'm going to London to get some hot dogs.
Get some hot dogs. They're gonna be they're not hot dogs over in London. They fritters. They
some crepes.
Yeah, with some crepes.
They're not hot dogs here. They're glizzies.
Yeah. Man, they're glizzies.
I'm working with some young people, right? And they telling me, I'm older. And they telling me that like the names of things have changed. I'm like, well, when I was growing up, they was called hot dogs and hamburgers. They're
right.
like, I thought a glizzy was a 9mm. Was a handgun. And he's like, nah, that's a hot dog now.
Yeah, hot dog.
This is amazing. Like
it's crazy.
Changing.
And then they make it. They try to make it into something gay.
Right.
You can't even eat a hot dog in public anymore.
That's crazy.
You gotta hold your hot dog. Well, wait a minute, damn, how can you hold a hot dog? You gotta be like, no, this is how you gotta eat it. You gotta be like this.
That's exactly what they do. That's exactly
Like, what you looking at? I smack the shit out you, man. What you looking at? You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it hood too.
You gotta take a knife.
Right, you gotta keep it nice. You be like, yeah, let me get a hot dog. But then that's kind of gay, right? I don't know. It's ridiculous. I'm eating a hot dog the way I grew up eating one. That's it.
That's what I said. That's what. It's not a problem with Will. It's a problem with you. That's exactly what I said. I don't care.
Most High in Christ, Chastity Lindsay said, the water to all the UPK brothers and sisters for teaching me the truth. All right, Most High in Christ, sis. Yeah, the squirrel on a pancake. Warning, don't eat it. Squirrel is no different than a rat except with a tail, except the tail. Yeah, but he had a pancake, man. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I got a picture of it too. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's constantly working, just to reiterate on what the brother was saying. But, you know, let me read that, Ecclesiastes 13. Right, 3 and 13. Let me read that, just that one. Then I'm gonna go to something else real quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of his labor.
It
is the gift of God.
It is the what?
It is the gift of God.
Right. So you should be able to enjoy. You know, we get to enjoy. You know, when the high holy days come, that's our time to enjoy the fruits of our labors, right? Because we get to sit around. That's really all Black people like to do. Listen to some music, sit around, drink, and talk.
Right.
That's it. Sisters, they just navigate away from us and just go and do their thing. Right. And we sit here and do our thing. And, you know, and that's what it is. It's just we're having a great time. We're enjoying each other. We're preferring each other over everybody else. Anybody got that scripture? To prefer each other? One another. All right. And that's what it's about. So can you have fun in the truth? Of course you can have fun in the truth. You can have more fun than you ever thought that you would ever have. Right. I've been to Texas how many times? 5 times. I've been to Texas 5 times, man. Over on this region, you never know anybody from Texas. This region here, that's all you know, right? Outside of the truth, you don't know anybody from, and nobody from here, I can guarantee you right now, nobody from here, well, probably not. I'm not gonna say everybody, but it's a small majority where they know somebody that's in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I know somebody in Vegas right now that lives in Vegas that I could go to right now and not have to be a tourist. I know somebody right now that I can go to in Arizona and I can go to Arizona and not have to be a tourist. You know what I'm saying? Or Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, what? Chicago? I remember when I told my supervisor, I was like, yo, man, I'm going to Chicago. He was like, Chicago? You sure you're going to Chicago? Yeah, like, you know, because that's everybody, you know, because remember during, who was that? Remember when Chirac was popping? When it was like, yo, Chirac, we had a barbecue up there. And I went to Chicago. They was my job was like, oh, he going to Chicago? Wow. You know, like it was like white people. You know what I mean? And they were just like, wow, you going to Chicago? You know, because they go off of the news. They're like, wow, this is a crazy place. Do you know people? You know, it's like they at my slavery, right? When they I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to Texas. They were like, oh, Texas. Like, yeah, I'm going to Chicago. They were like, Chicago, yeah. Like, yeah, I'm going to North Carolina. Oh, North Carolina. Florida, going to Texas, going to Oklahoma. Damn. My job was like, God damn, where, how do you know all these people? I'm like, yeah, I got family over there. I got family, yeah. You know what I mean? We got family over there, you know what I mean? You know, because, like, you know, work, they only go certain places, you know what I mean? They don't go everywhere. They like, what? Tennessee? Who the hell you know in Tennessee? You know what I mean? In Tennessee. You're like, yeah, man, I'm going to Tennessee. I'd be like, yeah, man, I possibly could be going to London. London? What the hell? They don't know you know what I mean? In their mind, they're like, how the hell are you going to London? Who the hell do you know in London? I'm like, yeah, I got family over there. So it's like, you know, you get way more of an abundance by being in the truth. You can have way more fun in the truth than you ever could have in the world. In the world, all you can do is get high. That's about as much fun as you're going to have, but that fun ain't going to actually take you nowhere. It's going to take you somewhere in your mind, but you're still going to be sitting right there in that house. You're still going to be sitting in, you know, in that room or that basement. getting high, right? But actually, we do real things, and we actually go other places, and we actually physically do things in life. And that's what it's about by being in the truth. It's about having that type of fun that you can have that you can't have anywhere else, right? It said that, read it one more time. 3 and 13. And then give me that one. What was that one? Which one did it ask for? Okay, go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of God.
Right. It's a gift of the Most High, man, for you to be able to relax and chill and enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know how else we enjoy the fruits of our labor? When we see new brothers come into the school, new sisters come into the school and put that garbage away that they've been following before they get here, right? A sister that gets her name, you know, you got your name. And you got your name. Everybody in here got their name, but you, more specific, you became an officer last night, you know, and so that is the reward, right, for the labor that we did. You know what I'm saying? Because it's I remember the times you came in here and you bounced and didn't come back for weeks. We're like, damn, we like, yo, what's up with the dude? The dude, you know, the dude with the braids. He like who? I'm like, yeah, you know, the dude that come with he be like, oh, him. And then he say your name. I'm like, oh, yeah, that brother. Yeah. What's up with him? He's like, oh, man, I don't know. You know, and then, you know, months and months later, after he have some fun, he like, damn, this ain't that much fun. He come back. But while brothers is getting themselves serious and while sisters are getting themselves serious, we're still working. So when they do decide to get their stuff together, we're still here. And we're here so that when they do get their stuff together, then we'll be there to actually see them come all the way through like we want them to. And that's just that's the reward for your labor, is actually seeing the fruit. That's really all it is. And that's what the truth is about. That's really what the truth is about. That's the fun part of the truth, really. The other stuff is just added on. You know, the Lord give us, you know, the high holy days that we should celebrate, the Feast of First Fruits that we did. 50 days? 50 days we get to chill and party. You got the Feast of Tabernacles, where we get to go out and we get to go in the wilderness and get up in the tent. You know what I'm saying? And of course, my tent probably have like air conditioning in the tent. I probably have, you know, maybe some TV. Yeah, I probably have a PlayStation TV. All that. They got 10-man camps now. I mean, not 10-man camps, but 10-man tents. They got tents with rooms in them. Yeah, you got them big boy joints. You know what I'm saying? You go fishing, all that, get to chill out there, be off the grid. You know what I'm saying? Turn your phone off, fish, chill, talk, have class, all that. And you get to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the Passover, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? We get to go have fun, family reunion time. Right. And we get to enjoy each other. That's more than somebody in the world is getting. Right. Nigga in the world ain't getting that. You know how we know? When we standing out front of that damn building, what they say? What y'all doing in there? Right. That's what they say. What y'all doing? What y'all up to? We like, yo, we having the Passover. They like, Passover? He's like, yeah, you know we Jews. They be like, yeah, for real? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, they on their way home. We in here doing something grand. You know what I'm saying? And something that's just beyond what like a regular person would do. Remember the Black Party? Black Party was crazy lit. I seen people was kind of like, what y'all doing over there? He's like, oh yeah, we having an annual Black Party. Black Party. Do I gotta have all black to come in? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, just come through. Just go up there and, you know, go in. They'll let you in. You see what I'm saying? It's like, because our fun is on another level, people want to be a part of it too. Right. And that's what the truth is about. And that's really all I wanted to really just stress in this class today, is that, you know, yes, you can have fun in the truth. You can do all the wonderful things that you've never even fathomed in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might think that the truth is one way and it's completely the other way. We work hard, but also we play hard too. Go ahead.
I think it's definitely the fault of the Christian church and what they believe as far as the scriptures tell, you know what I mean, when it comes to drinking, you know what I mean, when it comes to having fun, because you can't even drink a little bit in the church and not be looked at as you know what I mean, somebody who is a drunkard. You know what I'm saying? You can't do none of that, but they'll allow you. You could do whatever else. You know what I mean? You could be a whoremonger. You know what I mean? You could be, you know what I mean, a homosexual. You could be whatever you want to be, but you don't you touch that liquor. You know what I mean? Because you ain't supposed to drink that liquor. And don't you ever say, I told you to. You know what I mean? Because the pastor, matter of fact, the only real wine you might get is during that fake communion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they really they demonize that whole drinking thing, and there is no fun. You know what I mean? When it comes to the Christian church, they don't believe that you can't go to no club, you can't even listen to regular R&B or hip hop music. You know what I mean? Because they can't handle that because they're so close and on the edge of sin.
Yeah, because it's a church right across the street from the crib, and they be out of we all fall down. I turn the damn TV up.
How many times you gonna get up?
I turn the damn TV up. I don't want to hear that. That's the most demonic music ever.
Right.
Is gospel music. Go ahead.
Salaki, if I may, it's more homosexual activity going on in them daggone concerts. Them gospel concerts, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely know of it because I know the stories. I know a girl that was plotting on the alto in the soprano section. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they do when they have it, and that's why even sometimes when they have these choir anniversary at these churches, sometimes the pastor might just get into the spirit. You know what? I'm gonna cancel it, and we just gonna preach to these folks because most of them folks that's there, they there for the after party, which is nothing but a daggone gay orgy.
Yeah, I mean, you ever see them churches? They be acting like they too happy. They be like, I'm filled with the Holy Ghost. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm so filled and fully sanctified, and we ready to serve the Lord. Right. Yeah, it's like, man, something's wrong with that.
Right.
They come on at 3 in the morning.
Right.
Like, how do you want to get this miracle spring water? To make you happy like me, $20. Right? I'll give you this miracle spring water. And then they got black people come on like, yeah, I go to the miracle spring water and I got $172 in the mail.
This is my last one. Last one.
Oh, the camera.
This is my last one. People don't know about Reverend Ike back in the day, man.
Oh, yeah, Reverend Ike.
With the daggone prayer cloth. You know how many people bought that daggone prayer cloth? You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted a healing. You need a healing?
Oh yeah, Kwayash, you don't know about Reverend Ike,
huh? Know about Reverend Ike.
He's like, I don't know what the hell these niggas talking.
All your mamas, man. All your mamas got prayer cloths somewhere in their daggone crib.
Reverend Ike was a pimp.
I mean, Reverend Ike, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was a pimp.
So I'm trying to tell you, man, like, listen, man, like, and when you listen to their music, a lot of their music had to do with getting the feeling all over you. You know what I mean? He touched me. You know what I'm saying? And like, when you really listen to some of these lyrics, you know what I mean? You think about that weird uncle at the daggone picnic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I know firsthand because I was in the church ministry. Right. I was actually in the church ministry, and where we did, tent revivals and all that kind of stuff, and the tent revivals. I walked. My cousin was a pastor, and I remember when I knew. This is when I knew. Well, it was a couple of things I knew that church was fake, but the one thing that I did see was, it was this guy who, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end it, but it was this guy who he stood up to get prayer or whatever. My cousin was the pastor of the church. He was over like 8 churches. And this guy stood up to get prayer, right? The guy had AIDS. And he said a testimony. He was like, I just want to say thank you to everybody. I might not be here next year, but I just want to say that I appreciate everybody, blah, blah, blah. He started, saying that kind of stuff, right? But he got like close. My cousin's sitting up there, you know what I mean? And, he's the pastor. And the dude got kind of close to him. So after the service or whatever, my cousin, he chastised us. He was like, why y'all let that nigga get close to me?
Dang.
He was like, yo, y'all not doing y'all job. You know what I'm saying? He's not supposed to get that close to me.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, damn, I thought it was like, this is like church. You know what I mean? I was like moved. I let the dude walk up. I was security, but I was moved. I was security, you know what I mean? I was security, but I was moved, man. I was like, man, let the brother go ahead, man.
I was like, I'm not gay no more. I remember.
Right. I was like, man, look, I was supposed to be there to hold guard, but man, that should move me, man. And the brother walked up there, and I got checked for allowing that brother to get too close. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I remember I went into my cousin's room because we used to stay in hotels all the time. And my cousin, he had an armor bearer. You know what I'm talking about? He had a person that would, carry his bags. He had a woman in the church that would run his bath water and all that kind of stuff. It was amazing. It was amazing. He had a woman that would run his bath water. Damn. Yeah, you run his bath water. Damn. But I went into his room, and he had money. He had all the tithes money laid out on the bed, and he was like, "Yeah." By the time cuz by the time we leave out of here, I'm probably gonna have about like $8,000. And he counting the bread. I'm like, yeah, let's do this shit. Let's do this, cuz. I'm like, you know what I mean? But I was like, man, this is foul. This is, you know what I mean? Like your conscience started playing on. I was like, this is foul, man. We can't be doing this, man. Huh? What you say?
No, this ain't right.
This ain't right, man. I was fighting myself, man. I was like, this ain't right, man. This ain't right. Yeah. And so, so I was deep into church. I was deep into it. I was like part of I knew how the money gets split up between the speakers of the day. And how the churches and how everything is a fashion show. I went to the fashion, the places where the pastors get their clothes from. Right. The Annihilator Gators and the rag and the suit and all of that. I went to those places. I've been there. I went to the jewelry store, off of tithes money. Yeah. I've seen it. I've purchased rings right there with my cousin, and he's purchasing stuff for us. You know what I'm saying? But that made me leave. It made me get out of there because I was like, this ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And so when I talk about church, I actually was inside. I was inside of the church. I've seen the inner workings of how church works. So I completely understand it. Right. Yeah. It's about money. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You can end it out. I'll let you have the last comment.
Say it's no different than what you think it is if you just sitting in the pew. You know what's going on. You know they wicked. You know they just taking your money. You know what I'm saying? But our people are so lazy to be held accountable for their own actions that they rather pay somebody to do it for them, to do the praying for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? To do the work for them, to be righteous for them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why these pastors is getting over, is because they like, you know what? I ain't gonna be nothing Monday to Saturday. You know what I'm saying? But on Sunday, I get to come in here and act like something in front of somebody who's supposed to be righteous.
Yeah, the pastor.
And that person comes.
No, I'm just saying the pastor upstairs. The pastor that's upstairs. The pastor upstairs. He was convicted of child molestation. Yeah. Right, but he's a pastor. You see people walk right past our door and go upstairs. Yeah, he was fondling it was a 15-year-old. I read the report because this sister came to class. She was like, because, you can see like people in the building. She was like, y'all don't know who that is? I'm like, nah, that's Talbert. She like, nah, that's, what's the name? Y'all look. And then she was like, yo, he got convicted of child molestation, right? I'm like, nah, that's just Talbert. We see him all the time. She like, hold on, look it up. So I looked it up on the sex offender the registry. And it showed his name right there, and it showed that two people that went to his church. They allowed their 15 and 16-year-old to go to his crib, and that's like that in church too, right? Because a lot of parents they freely give their kids to the pastor because they think that the pastor is positive. So if they have like a troubled teen, right, they automatically sign over, their rights. They sign their rights over to a pastor. But if this pastor is a homosexual or he's a child molester, they don't understand what type of person that he actually is. But in their mind, the parents' mind, they're like, well, I'm just going to sign my kid over to him because he's positive, yeah, he's righteous, and they do that. And what happens is, like in the story of him upstairs, he basically, the kid woke up and he was being fondled when he woke up. And it was another kid who was in the shower and he went in the bathroom while he was butt naked.
Crazy, man.
And guess what? His church is open every Wednesday, every Sunday. And people walk right past us and look at us like we don't got the truth, and go right upstairs on that elevator, and they go up there to church. And that's just that, right? He got disbarred from the church, but he came over here to this side of town, and he opened up a new church, and now he got parishioners. And those old people walking up there every day trying to just make the kingdom of heaven. And he's holding them up from getting it. Right. And they walk past us like we are just some niggas that don't know nothing. Right. All right, no sweat. So hopefully through this class, it helped y'all to understand that we can have fun in the truth. You know what I'm saying? We have more fun in the truth. And if you're in the world, you're not having fun out there. Right? That fun that you think that you're having is just all about getting high, and it's not about having any real fun. Real fun is getting around your brothers, getting around your sisters, doing real work, and being able to bask in the labor. You know what I mean? The rewards of your labor. That's what real fun is. Being able to go and hang out with your brothers and from state to state, country to country, school to school. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. So can we have fun in the truth? Absolutely. Right. You just got to be the brother or the sister that's willing to obtain it. All right. With that being said, I'm going to turn the class over to Priest and Officer Mataziala.
Damn right. All right. I'm going to have you some fun. ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. But they are here to learn and share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, we teach them will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th from Hebrew, ma'ashara. It's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds, free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate and whatever size bottle you would like to donate. Right. We also take drink coffee.
That never get old. That never gets old.
That's gonna be added. All right. Upcoming holy convocations is
we still in the Feast of First Fruits.
Was just last night, so that was closing the Feast of First Fruits. For the next holy convocation will be the Day of Atonement, and be posted for the date for that. That's the next high holy day. It's the Day of Atonement. Just stay posted for the date. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, men of Israel, Elijah. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat. Elijah, Barak.
Yahweh, Shabbat,
God's Matah. Sarge means turn. We're going to get Sister Courtesy salute. Sister Elijah. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat. Elijah, Barak.
Yahweh, Shabbat,
Yahweh Shema.
Dr. Matah, Pastor Smith.
The sharpest man in Israel.
Hey, y'all make sure these chairs are